Coming up on the next episode. Good morning, YouTube. Here with you on a Monday, the 4th of January. 10:48 now, as you can see on the screen there, I believe. I am back with you once again, and we have still not left the building on the printer knob, or the radio knob. And what I basically wanted to do was show you, I should say, how I created this latest example. And for my money, the latest one I have created will be the one I use probably. Let me go into it real quick and show you. This did print up really nice, and as you can see, I've been busy. These little here things here are the. I started over completely on this, and I had been trying to take other designs and incorporate them into what I was trying to do, and that wasn't working very well. And so I kind of started with this one here. I made this center column there for the shaft, and then these crossbars, I put those in there. And then next I added this round part and rounded the crossbars off to where they were going to fit into the knob itself. And then I added the whole thing to a gear that I created. And I don't have a picture of that, but basically that's what it was, and it worked out really rather well, I think. This is our final, or our design that I ended up printing. So let's take a look at it in Tinkercad. So there you can see it. Now this is a 90 tooth design. The one Bob had given me was 100 teeth, and I think it was a little too fine. Now this one's just about right. The only problem with this knob, and like I say, it's not a game changer or anything like that, is the fact that it doesn't have quite the same pitch to it, as far as, in other words, the angle is not as steep here as the original knob, but this doesn't matter. This is perfect, I think. Let me show you the other side of it real quick. Sometimes you have to get out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. 180. Alright, there's your other side. Now, this did not print out perfectly. I got the off, no problem, and these are recessed into the, instead of being on top of it, they are actually recessed down into the plastic, and it gives me the same effect, but you know, it will print easier that way. And the little carrot, or whatever they call those, did not print right. That's not neither here nor there, because what I've decided, I think, to do, because of the other side of this knob that has the 55, the 70, you know, all the way up around to 160, that has to be done, and I think that's going to be too difficult to do with this program. I think what I'm going to do is make some labels. I've got a color printer now, and I don't use it very much, but it would be so easy to make a label on a adhesive backdrop, and just basically print the letters on that and do all the numbering and stuff like that, and stick the label on there. That would be so much easier than trying to do this. And that may look like there's a line here, but actually that line does not show in the print. And so that's good. In other words, here you can see this outer part here is the gear I added to the other parts. And so that's the way it turned out. And it turned out really good. Like I said, I've got two knobs now that will work with the printed labels. And so I pretty much got this knocked out of the park. I've got it done. So we're gonna move on to other new stuff now, because I think this is good enough for me anyway, and anybody that would know, or wouldn't know, I should say, and those are not the actual knobs. The other thing is the color obviously is wrong on the gray that I have, but I do have paint on the way, and I'll let you see that real quick. There you go. There's what they look like. 1424, not bad. They're coming out of California. I think they had a number already, but I don't think they actually been shipped. But these are these are what it is. And like I say, I can paint those knobs, the background of that, and then use the labels. Like I said, they will look professional, I think. And that's the idea, I believe, behind this, and that's what I'm going for. And so these that's what I want to try to do with those, and I'll be done with that once I get done with that, and then everything's back to whatever. But anyway, the next one I've got is one more thing on this one. I have toyed with the idea, and again, it's just a toy, of making this print this way. In other words, when you saw it when I first came on here, with it turned over 180 degrees, that's how I printed it. And if I print it this way, I can actually put this ring back in that I had in the original one, and or that the original one has, and I can put the off on and embossed where it stands proud of the flat surface, and it prints much better when I do that. But the problem is, obviously, printing something up like that, is you have to use supports. But with that size, of a shaft that it's got to come up off of, I think the supports would work better. I may try that. This is all a big experiment, at least to me. I'm sure a lot of you guys that have been printing for a long time, Ron, you're probably out there laughing. But to me, I have to go through this, and I'm kind of like Bill in this respect. I have to actually do it myself, and go through it and do it myself, and then see what it does when I do certain things to it. And that daggone garbage man out there creating a lot of noise. But anyway, and like I said, that's what I want to do. The filament that you use on this, I don't know how many of you guys know anything about 3D printers, but it's around $22 a roll. But now a roll will last you a long time if you take care of it, and you keep it from getting moisture in it and things like that. So it's not like it's real expensive, but like I said, it's worth playing around with, especially when you start off with it, because now this knob is fine like it is, but the next knob I'm printing, when I get to it, is one from the Japanese radio, and it's the same basic shape as this, but the shaft is a lot longer. This part here is a lot narrower, and it's more tall. And then I've got also some paint coming for the tip of it, which was actually a gold plate. And I've got paint coming. I'm going to have chrome and gold plate is paint, both coming, and that's what I'm going to use to paint the tips with. They should all look, about the same as the original, I think. And that one's going to almost have to be printed from the shaft up like that, because of the way it has different layers and things like that on it. And anything with just a ring around it, like the ones on this one that I should have, probably need to be printed this way, because if you try to do it the other way, there's not enough support and it doesn't work out. So I've got that much out of the way as far as knowing what works and what doesn't work. So that part is good. And like I said, this is This one's going to be working. I'm probably going to use this one until I can, if I come up with something better, I'll use it. But this is perfect as far as I'm concerned. Again, it's got the same basic layout as the original knob, and it's the same basic size as the original knob. Again, this is not quite as much of a steep angle, but who would know that? I mean, if you have both of these knobs on there, and you know what I'm saying, painted with the labels on them, how would you know? I mean, unless you actually knew that radio, that they weren't made for that radio. So, anywho, that's what I'm going to do, I think. So, you guys you can stress over this stuff a lot, or you can compromise a little bit, which I've done. And it's all a learning process, like I say, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Bob and I have done a few Zoom meetings on this, and Greg even got in on one on when we were discussing this stuff. And it's kind of a learning process back and forth between both of us, and so that has been good and real good, because this stuff goes better when you can talk to somebody directly, I think. Bounce ideas off of them, and that Zoom meeting thing has been working out great for that. It worked great for building the printer, and I've got some news about that also. So let me get out of this, and we'll go back to that and see what we're doing here. Basically, what we've got going here is Bob. Bob ordered a printer. He decided he wanted one, and he got his $600, I think, the same day I got mine. And so he has ordered exactly the same one I did from the same company, Creality. And I think he has I was looking today, he sent me a shipping notice 3 to 8 days before it's actually shipped, but they have a label created, and it is a UPS shipment. So he should get it fairly quickly, I would think. But so he paid, I think he ended up paying $204 for the printer. Now that's a substantial savings from what I paid. Of course, I got mine, whatever it was, 6 months ago or whatever it was, and I think I paid $229, something like that, maybe $239. I can't remember exactly what it was, but. Anyway, it's all good. Like I said, it's going to be two of us with the same. I should say three, because Greg's ordering ones as soon as he gets his stimulus. He hasn't got his yet, but he's ordering the same printer as well. So, and we're all bouncing ideas off of each other as far as doing this, because Bob gave me some good pointers on the ring gear that I use for the knob, the serrations around there, and I was going over some stuff with him, and he said, well, I didn't know how to do that. He says, I just came up with that thing and sent that to you. It's really, he says, I haven't looked at Tinkercad very much, and so we've been learning together with this stuff, and this is great on this Zoom thing. I love doing that, because very helpful, I think, like I said. And so anywho, that's what we've been doing on that. Now, like I say, Bob's got one coming. Greg will have one coming when he gets his money. And so that will be a good. Now, Greg is obviously into more of the mechanical stuff of it. As far as he's been doing a lot with the nuts and bolts, things like that. He has some specific goals, or not goals, I should say, items in mind, I guess, to print, and that's the same way with me. I had the knobs, was my top priority. Now that I have that fairly well accomplished, I think I can, move on to a couple other things. But like I said, I have many things that I want to print out with this printer. It wasn't just for knobs, but anywho, I'm rambling here, and I didn't really mean to ramble. I'm doing more of a Friday flap today than I did on Friday. So, one of the other things that I did get in the mail on Saturday, and I'm going to flash up a picture of that. Yes, that is the Wayward radio, the pictograph. It arrived Saturday, and you can see the box it arrived in. Priority mail, big bold letters. I don't know how much priority it was to the Postal Service, but it finally got here. Uh, that will be upcoming on the bench soon, I'll say. I'm not going to say tomorrow or give it a specific date because I don't know. That's the simple truth of it. But when I get back into the shop and get started back in there again, that will be one of the first things we take a look at. I've already taken it out of the cabinet and looked at it. Some good points, some good bad points to it, which we'll go over later on. But for now, it is here. I'm happy about that. The other item that has been floating out there in Never Never Land is the parts for the AM transmitter that Bob sent me. Now, Bob told me that he also used priority mail when he shipped his parts to me, and those have actually made it to Indianapolis. Now, I don't know if it's, let's see if I've still got my number in here. I think I still do. Yeah. As you can see, it says in transit, but it does say in Indianapolis, or it says departed Indianapolis. Well, if it did depart Indianapolis that was yesterday, so January 3rd, it should be here today, but because where else would it go? I don't know, but like I said, I did not get any notification today on the informed delivery. That hasn't come in, so there's nothing there, and that's from the 14th, which is when it was supposed to arrive. But like I said, that's obviously didn't make it then. But so that's a possibility that we'll be here. I've been my understanding is they're not scanning a lot. They're just basically moving the packages as best they can and not scanning them. So that may be the case. They didn't actually scan it when it arrived in Seymour or whatever, and it could be here. I don't know. So whatever the case is, it should be here today or tomorrow, I would think. I do have a roll of black PLA filament from Amazon coming tomorrow. It's shipped today, and it should be here tomorrow, according to their tracking. So I after finding out that was ABS plastic, that black, I really wanted to use the black for a lot of these knobs and things like that, but it's not a big deal. And I did get my little vacuum seal bags. I ordered a set of vacuum seal bags, and there they are right there. So these come with a little pump, you can see there. They got the little pump that you suck out the air with, the little seals there, go on the side of the bag. It's got the desiccants with it. It's got the humidity indicator. So all that, helps you to keep this stuff. And I do have my little storage bin that I bought from Michael's. It arrived, I think, the next day after I ordered it. And so basically that's all ready to go. And I've got my I've got to take that ABS and get that in one of these bags here and get it all vacuumed out and put it back in storage so that it doesn't get any moisture in it. And then that way, once you do that, you can take and use these bags over and over. In other words, they're reusable. You basically open them up, and they're Ziploc bags. You can see the Ziploc there. And you unzip them and put the new one, or put the other one in there. Like if I had my gray on there and I wanted to switch to the black that's coming in, I can do that. Just put the gray in the bag, vacuum it up, put it in the storage bin, and it's good to go. And same, then I can use the black for a while. So that's the way you kind of have to do this filament stuff. If you know what I'm saying. If you want to keep it as fresh as you can. Now this is a filament I bought for the. I bought the Amazon Basic this time. I got the Hatchbox I think is what it was before. This is a little bit more expensive, but I've heard good things about Amazon Basic PLA filament, and so I thought, well, we'll try it. So that's what we're going to do. see how it works. But I much prefer the PLA to the ABS. The ABS was very difficult to work with, and I'm not saying I can't work with it, but I'd rather not if I don't have to. Now there may be some things that it's necessary to print out in ABS. I don't know. We'll see. But for the time being, I just want to go this route. So, anywho, that's that. That's like I said, that's what's going on this morning here in beautiful, and I do mean beautiful. If you can see out the window, it's a nice sunny day out there. It is 32 degrees. That's freezing, people. So it's not the best as far as the warmest out there, but it looks nice. I can say it. Not bad at all. But I'll take it. Like I say, I like sunny days. Sunny days, you feel better on sunny days. I don't know why, but you do. That's just the thing I've found over the years. It's 33 now. It's moving up. Looks like it's going to be a high of 43 today at 4 p.m. So that's what it says. I don't know how accurate that is, but you know how it is. So, you guys, like I say, have a good day. I will be getting back into the shop. I hope you guys realize that. Every time I go by in there, and I keep the light on, the little the light I put in, and I have that clock light now that I put on every day, and I see it, and I think, man, I really got to clean that mess up. And that's my next goal, I guess, is once I get the mess cleaned up. Plus, there's the fact that the chair I have in there does not roll anymore. You have to basically lift your weight off of it, scoot the chair wherever you want it to go, and then go from there. Now, that's not ideal with that chair mat, the mat that's on the rug, because it's got big holes in it. And so I really need a new setup there to get that going so I can move around in there and things like that. So that may be part of the stimulus money. I may buy a new chair and a new mat for in there, because I really, really do need one in there for sure. And because you move around a little bit when you're in there, and you like to be able to do that. So, all right, I've talked long enough. I think our next Doug and Carl podcast may be coming up around the 8th or the 9th of January. I'm not going to say yet on who it is or when it will be exactly, but that's the indication I have so far. And so, like I say, it's just a kind of a thing where you have to kind of plan this out with who you're interviewing. And, of course, you have to have your time, too, as well. And being as there are two of us to do this, it's Carl's time and my time, too. Now, I'm pretty much free, probably more free than anybody else as far as it's concerned with this. But at the same time, you got to plan it out and do it. But I think it'll be a good one. I think you'll enjoy it, and looking forward to it. So. All right, I'm going to get off here, and I know I've said that 15 times, but I'm going to really do it this time. And I got to turn my external hard drive on because I forgot to turn that on so I can save this to it. All right, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.